Most individuals are unaware that a significant number of NBA players will spend time in the G League during their careers, with many eventually becoming all-stars like Chris Middleton, Pascal Siakam, and Rudy Gobert. Others, such as Danny Green and Quinn Cook, achieved multiple championships. However, what happened to the all-time leading scorer of the G League? Who is he, and why did he only appear in one NBA game throughout his career? Renaldo Major holds the title of the G League's all-time leading scorer, a true icon. Renaldo Major receives the ball, drives to the baseline, and slams it down. That's the current score, 44-42 in favor of Idaho. Major drives in and scores, while Cooper goes for the alley-oop. Introducing Renaldo Major, who played over 450 G League games and broke numerous records but never really had a chance in the NBA. His story is motivational and offers valuable lessons. Renaldo Major is a 6'7" forward from Chicago, Illinois, who, like many kids growing up in the Windy City during that era, supported the Chicago Bulls and idolized Michael Jordan. He emulated Jordan's game but also drew significant inspiration from Scottie Pippen, which helped him become a versatile player. Despite being a standout in high school basketball, he was nicknamed Skinny Hardaway by coaches and peers due to his similar physique and style. Unfortunately, Renaldo received no college offers, and in an interview about this, he took accountability, stating that he wasn't fully committed to the sport. As he should have focused on basketball. He left the varsity team during his senior year due to personal reasons because I wasn't as committed to the sport as I ought to have been. I'm not making excuses and claiming I was overlooked, which hindered my chances for a scholarship. I simply didn't take basketball seriously, and without a future in the game, Renaldo planned to join the military. However, everything changed when he got a tryout at a community college, where his good performances earned him a full scholarship to Fresno. Over 2 seasons, he played reasonably well, averaging 10.2 points and 4.1 rebounds, but he was still not a starter and was at a relatively small school. Despite this, Renaldo had professional aspirations to reach the league, yet he wasn't on the NBA's radar at all and went undrafted in 2004. Rather than abandoning his dream and opting for a conventional life, he spent the next 2 years competing in minor basketball leagues across the United States. He attended pro camps and tryouts nationwide, hoping to secure a spot but faced rejection each time. At this juncture, quitting would have been simple, but Renaldo persevered, and in 2006 he learned about the NBA's newly established minor league, developed by David Stern to cultivate NBA talent and discover overlooked prospects. Major had heard that the D-League was the ideal setting for aspiring professionals who went unnoticed in college, so he entered the draft and was picked in the 4th round of the 2006 D-League draft. As he should have focused on basketball, he left the varsity team during his senior year due to personal reasons because I wasn't as committed to the sport as I ought to have been. I'm not making excuses and claiming I was overlooked, which hindered my chances for a scholarship. I simply didn't take basketball seriously, and without a future in the game, Renaldo planned to join the military. However, everything changed when he got a tryout at a community college, where his good performances earned him a full scholarship to Fresno. Over 2 seasons, he played reasonably well, averaging 10.2 points and 4.1 rebounds, but he was still not a starter and was at a relatively small school. Despite this, Renaldo had professional aspirations to reach the league, yet he wasn't on the NBA's radar at all and went undrafted in 2004. Rather than abandoning his dream and opting for a conventional life, he spent the next 2 years competing in minor basketball leagues across the United States. He attended pro camps and tryouts nationwide, hoping to secure a spot, but faced rejection each time. At this juncture, quitting would have been simple, but Renaldo persevered, and in 2006 he learned about the NBA's newly established minor league, developed by David Stern to cultivate NBA talent and discover overlooked prospects. Major had heard that the D-League was the ideal setting for aspiring professionals who went unnoticed in college, so he entered the draft and was picked in the 4th round of the 2006 D-League draft. He said, no, I just want to share that the Golden State Warriors just called you up to the NBA. I think I lost track of time for about 30 to 45 minutes. There's more news too, a Gatorade call-up. Congratulations to the Major family. Renaldo Major has been called up by the Golden State Warriors. Everything is about timing, and as fate would have it, the Warriors were involved in a huge 8-team trade during the season and suddenly found themselves short on players. They needed bodies to fill their roster quickly, and when they looked to the minor league, Major, one of the best players, had positioned himself to be picked. He signed a 10-day contract with the Golden State Warriors, and with the Warriors being short on players, Renaldo wasn't sitting on the bench. He was thrown right into action, playing in an NBA game. Renaldo recognized this was a huge opportunity, and he put forth maximum effort. He dove for loose balls, unafraid of the moment. In 27 minutes, he attempted 10 shots, finishing with 5 points on 2 of 10 shooting, along with 2 rebounds and 2 steals. It wasn't a highly efficient shooting performance, but it was his first NBA game, and he made enough of an impact to stay on the court in a close match against the Clippers. Major will be at the line. Renaldo, isn't that a soccer player? Renaldo, yeah, a chance to regain the lead, and he does it. It's Renaldo Major. Remember, this was his first time ever in a competitive environment. He was competing in front of a huge audience while facing the toughest rivals of his career. And it wasn't just any NBA team. He was at the Staples Center going up against former second overall pick Elton Brand, multiple-time champion Sean Livingston, and former All-Star Sam Kell. It was a challenging first challenge, but he certainly had an impressive performance considering all factors. Unfortunately, this game turned out to be the last time he took the court during his 10-day contract, which Major referred to as the fastest 10 days of his life. He blinked, and it was finished, and his contract was not extended. However, Renaldo Major had experienced life in the league and craved more, assuring everyone that this was not the end and that he would return. He went back to Dakota, ready to achieve his goals, and throughout the remainder of the 2016-17 season, he played some of the finest basketball of his career. He became the D-League's Defensive Player of the Year, was named to the All-Star First Team, and led Dakota to its first ever D-League championship title in franchise history. At the end of the season, for the first time in his basketball journey, he had choices. He received a professional overseas offer with assured money, which everyone around him urged him to accept. Yet, Renaldo's passion was for the league, and he had caught the attention of Nuggets head coach George Karl, who invited him to training camp with the team. Major opted to bet on himself, turning down the overseas opportunity to focus on securing a spot on Denver's roster. Coach Karl was very straightforward regarding what he anticipated from Major. He sought a swingman who would come in and inject energy on the defensive side from the forward role at training camp. Renaldo competed alongside and against talents like Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson, and J.R. Smith, holding his own and seemingly on track to sign with the team. He even mentioned that George Karl had informed him he was among the hardest-working players he had ever coached and revealed his plans to utilize him as the Nuggets' secret weapon for the upcoming season. Additionally, George Karl expressed that the league was unaware of what they were missing. Every challenge and hardship led to this pivotal moment. Renaldo Major was finally poised to secure a guaranteed contract with an NBA team. Not just any team, but the Nuggets, who were among the top squads in the Western Conference with championship ambitions. However, at the most inopportune time, Renaldo Major was hit with devastating news that would alter not just his career but his entire life. During his physical examination with NBA medical staff, they discovered an issue with his heart, which skipped a beat. He recounted, "I had to go take a physical and my heart skipped a beat, and the doctors were like, 'What is that?' I replied, 'Are you the doctor? You tell me, I have no idea what's happening.' They said it was a heart murmur, and then I had to lose an aortic valve. The only way to fix it was through open heart surgery. This procedure would keep Renaldo sidelined for a minimum of 1 year. And with no assurance that he could ever return to professional sports, clearly as a consequence, his chance with the Nuggets slipped away. He could not secure a professional deal and lacked the funds for the $75,000 surgery. Fortunately, the doctor agreed to perform the heart surgery without charge, but after facing such a serious condition, there was no assurance he would play again or regain his former abilities. Nevertheless, Renaldo persevered. He sat out the entire 2008 season yet began focusing on his rehabilitation. It was a challenging journey with many highs and lows, but after 6 months of not touching a basketball, Renaldo returned to training and got himself prepared for the upcoming season. Just as he was overcoming his greatest hurdle and was healthy again, he faced another heartbreaking setback. A month after that, my dad passed away. It was devastating. While the surgery was a breakthrough, returning to basketball after getting fit coincided with his death, making my heart ache all over again, as his father was his greatest supporter in basketball. This made it even harder for him, as although he was physically capable of playing again, he wasn't mentally prepared, which showed in his performance. The same passion and intensity that made him so effective had waned. It was challenging. It was difficult because he was my best friend. We had numerous discussions following the games, and he would always advise me, emphasizing the importance of playing defense and rebounding, rather than focusing on scoring. For the next 2 seasons, Renaldo continued to perform in Dakota, consistently averaging 13.5 points and 5 rebounds. However, the issue was that time was passing in the NBA scene. Once you reach your mid-20s, you start nearing an age where lacking professional experience means you must achieve something remarkable to stand out and be chosen over younger talents. Compounding this was Renaldo's serious health issue, which greatly discouraged NBA teams from considering him. Additionally, it was clear that Renaldo wasn't the same athlete after his heart surgery. He lost some of his conditioning, explosiveness, and athleticism. I recognized that my abilities had diminished. My speed, fitness, and agility weren't what they used to be, which was challenging. As I turned 26, the reality sank in that teams began to doubt me, and as I approached 27 and 28, I couldn't help but think about my situation. Sure, I understand it's somewhat concluded, so let me assist other players and other KS in achieving their goals. Rather than giving up and blaming circumstances for his challenges, Renaldo persevered in pursuing the game he cherished, finding meaning in motivating other aspiring NBA hopefuls and guiding them on their paths. He dedicated the remainder of his career in the G League, earning a living through the sport he adored, and in 2014, he made history by scoring 26 points, becoming the D-League's all-time leading scorer. Under 10 on the shot clock, Big Earl drives with a smooth move, making a challenging basket while shooting over 53% in the paint. Bakersfield needs to improve their dribble containment. Here's Major, who desires that lead and he now possesses it, becoming the all-time leading scorer. To this day, he holds numerous D-League records: most points, most field goals made, most free throws, most steals, and even most personal fouls. As the all-time leading scorer, WEA champion, and Defensive Player of the Year, he builds a strong argument for being the best in the minor leagues. Renaldo Major is regarded as one of the greatest basketball players ever, and had it not been for unfortunate, uncontrollable circumstances, he would likely have turned into one of the D-League's initial success stories, paving the way for a flourishing NBA career. Nonetheless, his achievements in the face of numerous difficulties render him one of the sport's most motivating figures, demonstrating to anyone that one can still discover meaningful engagement with basketball beyond merely playing in the NBA. After retiring, even working at a local dollar store, Renaldo has returned to dedicating his life to the game. He has embarked on a new phase of his career in coaching, starting precisely where his playing journey began with the Sioux Falls Skyforce. Renaldo has significant aspirations in coaching. He aims to climb the ranks from an assistant role in the minors to head coach, eventually realizing his NBA aspiration in a different capacity as a head coach of an NBA squad. Yes, my ambition is to become an NBA coach someday, but I understand that I must take my time and proceed step by step, one day at a time. First, I want to succeed as an assistant coach, master that role, then move on to head coach for the Skyforce, perfect that position, and explore future opportunities after that. I want to be in the NBA, and he is familiar with the grind necessary to advance through the minors. He isn't searching for easy paths or freebies. He's ready to start anew and tackle it the tough way. One thing about Renaldo Major is that he never backs down and consistently goes above and beyond, surpassing expectations in everything he pursues. If you liked this video and wish to see more stories about inspiring athletes like Renaldo Major, be sure to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and click the middle of your screen to view a video I'm sure you'll appreciate. Go watch that right now. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And with that said, it's Hoop Hub signing off until next time. Peace.